this video, I traveled to Arizona to run the Mesa half marathon against several other YouTubers and other really fast runners in an attempt to increase my progress towards that $10,000 that I am trying to make from fun runs in one calendar year. It was a really exciting experience. It was really fun to meet some people out there that I've seen for so long on YouTube, and all around, it was just a really fun race. Without further ado, I don't think I've got much to go over this time. No weird nitpicky drama like we've seen in the, I'll put some at the end, okay? At the end, I'll get into some more drama. Enough of that, let's jump right in. Alrighty, it's 5:30 a.m. I race in 25 hours. I'm just leaving home. I got a flight to catch in an hour and a half at the Provo airport, so yeah, last night was rough. Last night was really rough. Baby would just not go to sleep. Yeah, long story short, I think I got less than 4 hours of sleep last night. My wife is certainly currently at less than that. Yeah, this is a bit brutal. This is a bit brutal. I can tell you that 2 nights before, no good sleep. The night before that, I got like 6, so I guess that's better. Gosh.
The nice thing about flying to Mesa, Arizona is that the Provo airport actually flies directly for pretty cheap. So it was pretty reasonable to save some time and money by flying in just the day before. So this entire travel montage is a cumulative like 3 hours.
All right, just landed in the Mesa airport. I've got an Uber coming to pick me up in 15 minutes, but everything's smooth so far. I just only slept like 4 hours last night. That's all. You James? Yeah, Michael, it's me. How you doing? Made it to our Airbnb, just about to head out on my shakeout run.
Hey, you're about to go run.
Oh, I'm about to go run. That's so funny.
It's a vlog within a vlog.
It's a vlog within a vlog.
Should we lock the door?
Yes.
Who's gonna know that we're here?
You don't do drills before your strides? Bro, you don't care about your strides
I
then.
don't have time for that.
What do you mean you don't have time? We got all day. Ooh, this is beautiful.
All right, I'm just lining up my fuel for tomorrow's race. It's a half marathon, so obviously I don't need to focus on the fueling quite like in the marathon. But I do have a strategy nonetheless. So first, well, this is not different. This is the same thing as marathoning, but I'm gonna sip on some of this before the race to get a little caffeine and carbs in the gut. Also, this is a unique half marathon. It sounds like we can actually stick bottles on the course, so I think I'm gonna leave one bottle on the course just in case. Somewhere close to the halfway mark, maybe a little earlier than halfway. The other thing I'm trying, this looks bad. No, this is bicarb. This is sodium bicarbonate pills. So I've been testing this out in workouts. I haven't noticed anything super big, but if it's gonna help at all, then I'm gonna give it a try for this race. I've got 20 or so pills. Last but not least, I'm also taking Ketone IQ, and I'm super excited to announce that Ketone IQ is actually the sponsor of this video. So if you're not actually familiar with Ketone IQ, it is a energy shot that doesn't have any caffeine. Ketones are actually a naturally occurring energy source that your body produces when it gets low on glycogen, carbohydrate stores. And this is just a consumable version so that you can access that energy storage without having to deplete yourself of your energy. So it's just one extra way to help yourself a little bit of extra energy, especially in those really long efforts. So I've been using it before and after my long runs and marathons. I have been using Ketone IQ for the last 7 months. First time I took it was way back in June when I ran Gary Bjorklund half marathon. I've also used it for St. George Marathon and for CIM when I ran my personal best at 2:15. I think it helps a little bit with performance, just a little bit of extra energy towards the end of long efforts. But I have noticed some dramatic improvements in my recovery, especially following the really long efforts, marathon, long run, and in this case, my half marathon. Now, if you are interested in trying them yourself, there's no better time than now to give it a try. Ketone IQ is actually offering my viewers 30% off their first subscription order, as well as a free box with 6 ketone shots. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description and you can have access to that. If you've ever tried ketone shots and you think they taste terrible, Ketone IQ just came out with a peach version, which is significantly better to put down. So I've been really enjoying that flavor, so that's what I am taking. Yeah, thanks again to Ketone IQ for sponsoring this video. Well, clearly. Vlogception again.
Give him an introduction.
This is Rory, Adam's coach.
YouTuber.
Fellow YouTuber, I guess.
I hope you know that this is your introduction to my video as well. Just made it to the expo. Here to pick up our bib, drop off a bottle, and besides that, I can't go in yet because we have to wait for these guys. They're too popular. They're too famous. Here they are. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to be doing this a lot today. They're kind of famous, I guess. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I got the bib. I got the bib. We're gonna get out of here.
Mine says relink letter.
Relink letter.
Hey, woo!
Hey, woo!
Yeah, get in there.
At this point, I'm just walking through the vendor village, and you see that army tent off to the left with the pull-up bar? You might want to remember that. That might be important.
No,
I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it.
Two people do it. Come on.
I got you.
All right, the army's asking us to do pull-ups for some water. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.
See? I told you it would be important.
How many do you think I can do?
At least 2.
I'm thinking, I think I can get 10.
All right, go for it.
At Carson or at Carson? Yeah. So they banana belt. Yeah. Huh? That's an old one. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. We've torn that up a little bit.
Come on, Michael. Keep going.
And me and him have both been there. Yeah.
Max effort.
So, yeah, technically
Okay, I'll take it. I'm proud.
I would do it, but I don't need to embarrass myself like that.
All right, before we get too much further in the video, I have to break down what you've all been waiting for, the prize money. So at this race, unfortunately, it only goes 3 deep. So first place is 1,000, second place is 500, and third place is $150. I do think I have a chance to try and sneak a top 3. Despite the fact that I have been injured a little bit and the training has not been ideal, I feel really good now. So we're just gonna send it. I'm gonna try to place in the top 3 because we gotta try to add to this progress. It has been a hot minute since I've made any money. We're gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Sorry. Heck yeah.
Thank you, PG version.
And with that, I'm just making my final preparations before the race.
Rory is right outside my door. I'm tired. See you tomorrow at the race. Just woke up. It's 3:45 a.m. and I hate to say it, but I feel so much more rested after that 6.5 hours than I have in a while. I would love to say that I could go out there and run a PR, but I don't know if that's a good idea given the recent injury that I just got over and the lack of good training for the last, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Everything's pretty much green light go. It's just in the back of my mind is, the build up and the training going into this, but I'm gonna try not to let it get to me too much and just send it.
Then, after a quick bus ride, we found all of the elites in this elite area in this CrossFit gym, not too far from the start.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Good.
How you feeling, Jake?
I feel starting to get ready to race. Not quite there yet.
This is our elite area. They gave us this CrossFit gym. And we're about 50 minutes to race time, so I'm gonna get warmed up. I don't know if I'm gonna get much footage from now till then, so we will see you at the finish line. Top 3 is not out of the question. I'm gonna put myself in it to try for it, but we'll see. There's actually a lot of really good runners here, so it's gonna be tough, really tough to make that top 3.
Standing at the start line, I really felt like I was in a tough position. On the one hand, I was at a race with a really fast course, perfect weather, and a perfect group to run with. But on the other hand, I didn't feel ready to run fast. So I had a decision to make. Go out hard with the leaders, or hang back and play it safe. Once the race kicked off, I immediately found myself at the front of the group, right with the leaders. Kicking off the first couple miles, first in a 4:53 and then a 4:44. And then I backed it up with another 4:47 to finish the first 5K in 15 flat. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't too bad. I even thought, maybe I can do this 3 more times. I was perfectly tucked in behind this little pack of 7 guys. But then after a 4:47 fourth mile, I started to struggle to hang on to that pack and faded off a little bit. And you can see here at mile 6, I'm no longer there. It's okay, don't panic. I've been here before. I know how to run fast on my own. I only have 8 miles to go, right? And thus begins a very long and lonely run to the finish. I thought to myself, I could still run pretty fast if I could just run 5 flats the rest of the way. But I quickly realized I was losing ground fast, and I was way behind. Now, also keep in mind that at CIM just 2 months prior, I was averaging about 5:03 for the first 18-ish miles of the marathon. So I don't know if you've ever experienced this when you're just staring down at your watch, wondering why it feels so difficult. But I was on these streets of Mesa doing some insane mental gymnastics, just trying to stay somewhat focused on the task at hand. And my fastest mile after mile 5 was a 5:08, so it was rough. So needless to say, top 3 was completely out of the question. But I did eventually make it to that final stretch.
I sent it with the lead group. It did not pay off. I should not have done that. Should not have done that. Hey, this is a fun course, definitely a fun event. There's some real good runners here that balled out, so congrats to all them. Yeah, I was basically in the hurt locker from mile 6 and just like trying to run marathon pace, and that was even tough. Yeah, this might be my first official like rough race of the series. Happens to everybody. I definitely should not have gone out with the lead group. We were cooking sub 450s, and I think just given the situation, I was not prepared for that. So that was a mistake, but it's all right. I'm gonna recover quick and just try and get back into it. Hopefully I can have a good race coming in my next race, which is going to be in New York at Project 13.1. That is in March.
Oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't live, and so we all.
Peach is a lot better than the other one. But getting ready for that one in New York, and that one is going to be, hopefully much better than this one. Well, man, I hate to say it, but it has been a rough stretch for the series. You know, I started off this series feeling really optimistic about 10 grand. And now that we are about 3/4 of the way through the challenge, oh, yeah, you know, it's, didn't make any money. Yeah, so top 3 made money, and to be totally honest with you, I don't even know what place I got. Was it 10th, maybe? Did I even make top 10 in this race? Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Even if it wasn't my best day, I wasn't quite ready to race a good fast half marathon, but you know, I had to get out there and try, right? I didn't travel all the way just to go run conservative. I was out there to try and make money. So you know what time it is. I know what time it is. I'm gonna put it back on the wall. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Really wish I had one of my daughter's stuffed elements. That would have been. You might be thinking, Michael, what's going on? You run such great pace at the beginning of this challenge. What is happening? How are you not gonna get there? Okay, first thing I need to address, it's not over yet, okay? I still got a couple races. I mean, albeit 2 or 3, really, that realistically maybe only 2 with the time I have left. But it's not over, okay? Bloom's Day on May 4th is the last day of the challenge, and that race has some serious potential. Beyond that, am I going to complete the challenge and make 10 grand? It's looking really bleak. It's tough. I really needed some money at CIM to make this doable. I think once again, this is really, really revealing to what it is like to be a sub-elite or an elite, even an elite athlete, a runner who's just not quite sponsored, not making a living off of the running that you were doing. Is that a sign? I'm excited to show you the breakdown of just how much money I actually made once you account for all of the travel and expenses. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, but even so, like, you can see just how tough it is. Like, this race was so competitive for 3 spots. And the 3rd place only made 150 bucks. Shout out Hobbs, he ran great. And all this to say, like, why am I doing this? It's obvious. I'm obviously not making this to make a living. This is kind of just my own personal challenge, and also just to kind of put it out there in the world to show you, like, this is what it's like when you're trying to grind out on the roads when you're not a professional. I just have to say that I genuinely love this sport so much. I don't know where I'm going with this, other than to say I really love running. I do this for the love of the sport and for inspiring anybody out there that might be trying to do something that seems futile. Even if I don't net positive in money, this has been worth it. hang with me. This challenge is still not over yet. My next race is in New York City at Project 13.1. I'm traveling all the way over to New York in efforts to chase a new personal best in the half marathon, but there is also prize money in that race. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. See you next time.